Here we have for sale our one owner from new 2020 on a 20 plate Ford Transit Custom. This is the 320 model, meaning it's got a 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. This one has got the 2 litre EcoBlue diesel Euro 6 engine producing 170 PS in this particular example, which is roughly 170 brake horsepower. And this is the short wheelbase or L1 limited double cab van with the automatic gearbox. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Ford Transit Custom Limited double cab of this age, and we'll also talk you through in detail the condition of this particular example, the bits which have clearly been added to upgrade it, and also things like the service history as well, seeing as it is currently available for sale here at Bridgend Van Centre. Starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with rear barn doors. So barn doors are 2 doors which open like so. Now on a limited you do get a number of elements which come colour coded. That includes the door handles all round. You also get the bumpers colour coded and bits of trim like this here down the side and also above the rear number plate there. That all comes colour coded in the body colour, which on this particular van is metallic magnetic grey, a really popular colour. It just kind of works on any variation of Transit Custom. Always looks really smart and executive, whether for work purposes or for pleasure purposes as well. I think it does set it off very nicely. Other bits which set it off as well, I think, are the upgrades that this van has had, which are very nice. So we've got a nice rear spoiler there. We can also see low down here. This one has had a rear diffuser added with these fake exhaust tips as well. Gives it a much more sort of bulky, chunkier looking rear end to the vehicle. In terms of condition then, we'll have a look here at the rear doors, looking for any dings or dents or ripples, anything that I can see, I will gladly point out to you. I'm just having a look at the paintwork, see if there's anything I can spot. Overall, the rear doors are looking very good indeed. I can see there's a little touch-in just here above my finger on the rear door. And if I look further down here on the rear bumper, a couple of little touch-ins just there on the rear bumper as well. Of course, you're going to get, the rear bumper is going to be sort of a prime position for any marks, things like that, because of course it's such a high volume area of things loading in and out to the back. But generally speaking, very presentable indeed. If we open up the rear of the vehicle then, we've got this little yellow arm, give that a pull, and that allows you to open the door to its full 180-degree position, and you can do exactly the same with the other door as well, and that gives you maximum accessibility then into the back of the van. Now you can see here that this one has been fully ply lined, so brand new ply lining here in the rear of the vehicle, and that of course is there to protect it, so it's not going to cause any nasty outward dents in the side of your lovely looking van. The double cab as well does come from factory with this bulkhead here, which provides fantastic separation between the cab and the load space. The way I sort of always describe it is this can be your sort of dirty area and that can be your clean area there in the front. And it also really helps to deaden down the sound as well when you're driving. It gives it much more of a car-like feel. Wheel arch protectors come from factory, plenty of tie-down points as well dotted around the outside of the vehicle, and the limited double cab comes with this nice hard-wearing plastic floor. But in terms of condition here in the back, you can see, hopefully the camera is conveying this accurately, it looks very smart indeed. And one thing to note before we close the doors, this one has got a nice factory optional extra of LED load lights as well. Now if we shut the rear doors, we can continue to go around the outside of the van looking at the further condition and spec. So looking here then down the driver's side of the vehicle, and this is where we can have a look at the paintwork. So you can see a lovely gloss finish to the paintwork, and again some more enhancements have been made here. So we've got wheel arch extensions over of course the wheel arches and a nice set of side skirts as well, and that ties in really nicely with the rest of the body styling on the side of the video. Now, we have got a few droplets of rain just here, but try and ignore that if you can. I say I will still point out anything which I can see on this side of the van. Overall it's looking very nice. Now I can see that on the wheel arch extensions there are some stone chips here, which again, quite common to see, where these of course are slightly wider than the standard arch. They can pick up a couple of stone chips on this leading edge. Again, we have neatly touched those in the correct colour, so not massively noticeable, but certainly worth mentioning. Now if we open up the driver's door, we can start to have a look inside here. So fantastic condition is what immediately strikes me here of the step, the carpeted floor, which comes from factory, the carpet overmats, but lovely condition inside there. Having a look at the driver's door card, largely looking very clean and tidy, but there is a mark to the plastic just down here below the front speaker. Up on top then we've got electric windows, electric folding mirrors, and that's how those operate there, just by pulling on that dial back towards you like I just did. Auto-activated lights and auto-activated wipers. 2 full flip remote keys come with this particular vehicle. 29,209 miles recorded, and you can see that it's all idling and running correctly as it should do. Leather multifunctioning steering wheel, and it's lovely to see little to no wear on top of the steering wheel on this example. Cruise control on the left hand side and your volume for the radio, and then on the right hand side you've got your onboard computer controls, and you can also answer and hang up the phone just there. Having a look at the condition of the driver's seat, and again having a close look here, there's no rips, tears, cigarette burns, very little wear to the edge of the bolster as well, which again quite common to see where people are sliding in and out of quite a high position. You've got height adjustability there of the whole seat, and this is height adjustability of the front of the seat, or what is known as thigh adjustment. You've got your driver's armrest, which is on a ratchet, so you can set that to your desired height, and you've got a nice fold down work tray there as well, somewhere to store your paperwork and a cup holder as well. In the centre then, the all-important automatic gearbox, which is a massive selling point for this particular van, especially accompanying that with a 170 PS engine, so very much more car-like to drive. Into the centre then, all of this spec here comes as standard, and that is heated wing mirrors, air conditioning, heated windscreen and heated front seats, which is quite remarkable that all of that comes completely as standard at no extra cost on the Limited. And we've got a USB and a 12-volt socket there, and there's another one up on top of here as well, another USB and a 12-volt socket, and I've got my phone plugged in there to display on the Sync 3 screen, which again comes as standard on the Limited, that you have got App Connect, which is basically Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and this is just a fabulous system because it allows you to use things like your Apple Maps exactly as you would do on your phone. You can listen to your favourite podcasts, your music, you can scroll across to more apps here depending on what you've got downloaded on your phone, but an absolutely brilliant system there. You can also of course listen to the radio via DAB, and you can connect your phone to that via Bluetooth as well. But all in all, lovely condition inside the cab here, and of course wonderful spec being the Limited. If we open up one of the side loading doors, so a Limited again, double cab comes with twin glazed side loading doors, which is so handy for loading of course passengers into the rear. This gives us a good look then at the rear seats. Fantastic condition here of the rear seats. Again, we've got ISOFIX compatibility on the 2 outer seats there, so ideal for carrying young children. In the back, carpet on the floor and the carpet overmat as well. But again, just what is striking me here is how clean and tidy this is. And of course, this has done, you know, very low miles, this particular van, as I briefly mentioned at the very start of the video. This is one owner from new. In terms of service history, we do have evidence of a previous Ford service being carried out on this van at around 20,000 miles, and during our preparation we have put it right through our workshop again for a full service and an MOT, and that included brake pads all round. So this vehicle really has got a clean bill of health and is ready to drive away straight away. Looking at the front of the vehicle then, colour-coded front bumper, which again comes as standard on the Limited, as does front parking sensors, and also these fantastic headlights with that lovely LED daytime running light around the outside. Now what doesn't come as standard and what has been upgraded is the brilliant Ford Trail front grille, and also the lower splitter that you see there, and that just gives this amazing look to the van. Of course, without forgetting the 20-inch alloy wheels in the gunmetal grey, which are all of course brand new, and that just sets the van off very nicely to give the look that you see there. And the final thing which has been added are the roof bars as well. In terms of condition then, at the front of the vehicle, a few stone chips, of course as to be expected on any used vehicle, but nothing tremendous there, nothing I can point out as any major blemishes, but a couple of tiny little stone chips here or there, the odd tiny little blemish like that there just above my finger, and a couple of sort of hairline marks there as well. But say these are very minor, not particularly noticeable. And then if we look here down the passenger side of the vehicle, and this is again where we can have a look in those reflections just to see how clean and tidy that is. Now, to my eyes, again, this most people probably wouldn't notice this, but there is a sign of a previous repair around this sort of area just here at the rear of the passenger side door. You can just about see it if you really get down low and into the reflections, and you can see a slight ripple just here. I say most people wouldn't notice that, but we like to be as transparent as we can be. Otherwise, looking very smart indeed. A couple of tiny little touch-ins just there and there above my finger there. But all in all, as I'm sure you'll agree, a beautifully presented van with a brilliant spec, one owner from new, nice service history as well. Opening up the passenger side, there is a mark here actually to the trim. And now that hasn't gone all the way through, but that's just a sort of a light surface mark there to the cloth of the trim. But again, that is probably being quite picky, because this is quite a stunning van. I'm probably underselling it really by pointing at all of these little blemishes out. But we'd rather be as honest as we can and show you absolutely everything that we can see on it. Absolutely nothing to hide. Having a look at the dashboard there, lovely condition there of the dashboard, as is the passenger door card as well. And as I say, really nice feature on the limited double cab. You can gain access to the rear seats from both sides. So just to summarize this particular van then, this is a 2020 on a 20 plate Ford Transit Custom. It's the 320 model, so fully commercially rated. This one will keep the accountants happy. If you are viewing this as a business or a director of a business, this one will keep the accountant happy for sure. So 320 limited double cab, short wheelbase, automatic with a 2-litre EcoBlue diesel engine, Euro 6, so you can take this into the ULEZ zones, clean air zones. This is fully compliant with all of that. 170 PS, roughly 170 brake horsepower, so it goes really, really well, as I say, with that automatic gearbox as well. Fantastic full styling kit on the vehicle, previous Ford service, 2 keys, and just been through our workshop for a fresh service, MOT and brake pads all round. Absolutely fantastic van that, and available here today, as I say, at Bridgend Van Centre. If you haven't been through to our website, I would recommend it, bridgendvans.co.uk. This is where you'll find the full advert for this van, and of course all of the others that we've currently got in stock. That's where on that advert you'll find the price, the description and the photography of this van. There's a number of ways you can contact us, but I would urge you to reach out to us via phone if you are indeed interested, because this can often be the fastest way of securing the van for you if you don't want to let this one go and see someone else buy it. But we can arrange delivery nationwide. We can also take cars or vans in part exchange, and we can arrange finance at very competitive rates, and whether that be for a limited company or a private individual. Thank you very much for watching.